Thank you. Mitchell, how are you? This is a really hard guitar to play. I have to say that. It's really hard to play. You can't tell where you're playing at all. Eric, how are you? Michelle, how are you? Mr. E, how are you? Cheers from Canada. Ben, how are you? How you doing, A? All right. So we got people in here right off the bat. It's really good. Glad you guys joined us for tonight's Wednesday night live guitar talk and more. We'll see how long this lasts. My throat actually is hurting me tonight. Hopefully I'm not getting sick. Hopefully I didn't catch anything from somebody this past weekend playing in New Smyrna at the club, or somebody walked in the shop or whatever. But I've definitely got something going on. My throat kind of hurt. So I don't know if you guys have seen the latest version of the Helix from Line 6. I think it's a Helix Stadium. And I was watching some videos today of it, and I was like, sounds very interesting. It looks actually interesting. It's pretty cool. So I was like, man, it's like, I got a quad Cortex, or do I want a new Line 6? No. But I think I'm going to stick with the quad Cortex. One of the cool things about that thing, which they say they haven't got in, it hadn't been, the update hasn't got into that whole thing yet, but is they are going to have a showroom or something like that feature where you can actually make it program or click your tracks going off. You can have a click track for a drummer, control your lights, all from Helix, which is pretty bizarre. And plus you can set up multiple loops. Like if you're a loop guy, you can have this and go off with just tons of loops. So I would imagine Ed Sheeran will probably jump on board with this thing, because it's just got so many loopers in it. And I don't know if you can store them in there or not. This thing has got issues. I noticed earlier, like, what's going on with this thing? We're just being blues mode, all right? So yeah, we brought the this is a, I think it's an 87, 86 BC Rich ST3. Oops, it's got issues. You better sell it to me. No, this guitar actually belonged to somebody pretty famous, and I promised I would not ever sell it. So it's just one of those guitars. I actually have a couple of guitars that I made deals with people and I said I would never sell them. And this was one of them. This one, notice here, it's got, I don't know if you guys see this, it's got a little white. The white is showing through this. The green has chipped through. It's got a little chip here. So I'm going to have to get some fluorescent green nail polish and touch it up. Because I think that's what he did right here. I noticed a little bit of a different shading of pink right there. So pretty well. I don't think Hendrix would have ever played anything like this. I think the original guy probably would have played. So, not a Rick Nielsen guitar, is it? No, it's not. Time and Tide. It is not. So, you know, I met Rick Nielsen years ago. We did a show with Cheap Trick many, many moons ago. And at that point, I owned a 58 Flying V that he really wanted, but I wouldn't sell it. Should have sold it, but I didn't. So, long time ago. I always play these. I go through these little riffs here, and I just kind of find stuff. I think that's a Yes song. Is it a Yes song or was it? I think so. I think it's a Yes song. You, Randy Treasure, haven't loaded in yet. To what is it? Oh man, what is that? I can't see that. Textures haven't loaded in yet. No, they have not. Asian song, exactly. That's exactly what it was. It was an Asian song, but it was Yes. I was almost correct. It's Asia, but it is Yes, right? In a way, yeah. Asia was the guys from Yes, and they had their other band. So I was wrong, but right. All right. Same guitar player. Same guitar player and singer, actually, I think. So some of the same guys. But Steve Howe, man, what a player he is. I don't know if he still plays. I haven't heard anything from him in a long time. Great player though. More of a jazz guy. Jazz, classical, and he took that approach and put it towards the whole rock thing. It was really cool. Asa was Yes and King Crimson guys. Yes, that's exactly what it was. Yeah. Another great band, King Crimson. They were actually one of the first bands I ever saw when I was a kid. My brother took me to see King Crimson and oh God, what was the other band? Poco Harum. That was the first concert I ever saw. My brother took me to see these two bands, and I had no idea. I mean, I was a little kid. What famous guitars own that guitar? I can't tell you that. I would have to kill myself if I told you that because I told him I would never tell anybody. Steve Howe still does play. Oh, cool. Awesome. Steve Howe, man. He's a great player. Really good player. So, yeah. So what has been going on with everybody out there? Anything cool? We played a place called Traders the other night in New Smyrna. Interesting thing happened. A couple of interesting things happened. Friday night we played, and I noticed there was a 20 and a 10 in the tip bucket. And after I got off stage with the first set, came back, the 20 and the 10 were not there anymore. Somebody stole the tip money. Can't stand that. Drives me nuts. So thank you very much. But it is a cool guitar. It has issues though. It really does. It's it really if I could, funny thing about this guitar, I wish I could take these pickups out of here and get rid of them. I really do. I wish I could change them for something else because these pickups suck. They are terrible. This pickup actually back here is microphonic. So, and I actually talked to a buddy of mine, Dale. I was asking him because he knows a guy that does vinyl wrapping. And I said, "Do you think he could vinyl wrap me some other, if I take some other pickups, do you think he could wrap them for me?" He said, "Yeah." So I've actually considered doing that and taking these out and just have the other pickups wrapped and take these out, put them in the case because they suck. Did I say that enough? They suck. So, but it is a cool guitar. I have tried to play it on stage many times, but I suck at it. Your money got stolen. Yes, it was sucky. So that was the first night. Then the next night we were playing, we had, gosh, the place was packed. I mean, just packed, wall to wall. People are all dancing on the dance floor. They're right up in our face. I mean, right there in front of the stage. And I don't know if this guy fell or he was actually pushed, but the guy got pushed or fell. I don't know, but he fell right on top of our singer's pedal board, which his pedal board, he has a iridium in there, a Strymon iridium, which if you don't know what that is, it actually is an amp. So his amp was on the pedal board, and this guy fell on his amp with all his other pedals, his Strymon Riverside and everything else he has on there. And my singer, his eyes changed dramatically. I mean, just damned you're here again. You want Slayer. But yeah, his eyes got this look. He was like ready to kill this guy. I mean, just totally shred this guy. And he's the kind of guy that it doesn't take a lot to poke him in the right place. You poke him and you provoke him, he's going to kick your ass. He's not a big guy, but he will kick your ass. And we actually physically had to say, no, no, Kenny, do not do that. No, Kenny, not tonight. We want to keep playing here. We have lots of dates booked in this place. Don't do it. Luckily, he listened to us and he didn't do it. All right, what else we got here? It turned off his auto-tune. No, he does not use auto-tune. We, I discovered that about a band, a local band around here that this girl sings in the band, and I mean, this band's super popular, but I found out they actually use autotune. I was like, I couldn't believe it. Uh, any exciting guitars that arrived this week in your shop? Never poked the bear, Kenny. Has that look in his eye again. Yeah, I don't. Was the board destroyed? No, Michelle, the board was fine. Everything was fine. It just they landed on his stuff and he was not happy. So, but everything was good. So thank you for asking. Guitars arrived in the shop this week. What did I get in the shop this week? Thank goodness he's not jacked like Glenn Danzig. It could have been well, Glenn Danzig was on steroids. I don't know if he still is, but he was. But no, what arrived in the store this week? We got a 1979 P-Bass came in the shop. We got a Schecter C1 Elite. We got an ESP LTD EC1000. And I believe that's it. Now we did get a 79 SG as well. So that came in. That's kind of a cool guitar. And I don't imagine that's going to last very long at all. So I've had a lot of people reach out to it because it's super clean. It's clean, got the original chainsaw case with it, which you don't see a lot of them with the chainsaw cases. Most of them have just the flat black Gibson cases. This one actually has a chainsaw case with it. So we have that came in. So. You know, what would be funny if I took this out to my gig and I start going. Anybody know what that was? Will you do a Black Friday sale at your shop? You know, believe it or not, we close for Black Friday weekend. Yeah, and it's kind of hard to believe that we do that, but we have noticed over the years we do not get any business at all during that weekend. Everybody's out. We have in this area, we have not only all the sales going on at all the major shops or stores, we have the Turkey Rod Run. What? Heather has to shop, y'all. Heather has to shop, y'all. Yeah. So you know, we have the Turkey Rod Run. Turkey Rod Run is like one of the largest car events in the country. So we've got thousands and thousands of these cars that come here and invade the area. You know, it's kind of like we have Bike Week and we have Biketoberfest here. Well, this is the same thing, but we have all these old cars are everywhere. Old cars, hot rods, stuff like that. And it's a cool event. I mean, you know, if you're looking for a hot rod or whatever, you know, want to go buy a Model T, there's a Model T. There's probably multiples. And they're not worth crap because those are Model Ts are kind of like vintage guitars and some vintage guitars, not all, but some vintage guitars, and we want them. Hey, Randy, is that a Schecter? The black light? Is it black like the Pete Townsend? No, it's a C1, which is just a Strat, and it is it's It's that black silver burst, you know, kind of like the Adam Les Paul. So that's what it is. It's not expensive guitar. It's like a $450 guitar. So, but it plays good and sounds good. Turkey Rod Run is massive. Yes, it is, Terry. It is massive. Terry is here all the way from beautiful St. Augustine. If you ever been to St. Augustine, you know all about St. Augustine, because that is an old town. That's where you can go to the Ponce de Leon fountain, and you can throw your pennies in there and wish for things, because Ponce de Leon discovered that area. I think it was actually the first place he actually discovered in the United States was St. Augustine, if I'm not mistaken. See, this is one of the things I will talk about this. The Quad Cortex, if you notice, I'm playing and it's cleaning up as I play softer and harder and stuff. They were raving about the whole thing about the Line 6 Stadium. Oh, it does this where you can actually clean up when you play. It's like Quad Cortex has been doing it for over 2 years now. What's the big deal? It's not a Kemper, which the Kemper will not do. So, anyways. Let's see if I turn on the back pickup. Let's see what happens. That's what happens. Oh, wow. When you knob. You know, the thing about how do the manufacturer's Black Friday sales affect dealer markups? Greatly. Usually we do get flyers, you know, or emails and stuff. Used to get pamphlets and stuff in the mail, but now you get an email saying from like D'Addario or whoever that they are cutting the prices for Black Friday. And sometimes they'll give you a heads up so you can order stuff prior to that, and they'll drop the price down a little bit. I've noticed recently there hasn't been a huge markdown on a lot of stuff. But like, you know, if you're a Guitar Center and you're buying massive amounts of this stuff, they already get massive discounts compared to me, where like my markup on guitar strings is really about $1, where Guitar Center is probably making $3 on a set of strings. And I know if you buy like, you'll see a lot of them during this time of season. You'll see a lot of 3-packs, like the 3-pack D'Addarios and stuff. There is a larger discount for those. And a lot of the companies during this time of the season will offer higher discounts to us for that. But not a lot. I mean, it's not a lot, you know, unless you are like Sweetwater or Guitar Center. Is that guitar a USA BC Rich? Yes, it is a USA. It says right on it, made in USA, right there, made in USA. Could Lindy just rewind that pickup? You know, Lindy probably could. I mean, I probably could just send him up there and some wind these mothers hot. I could probably do that. That's a good idea. I never really thought about sending these pickups to Lindy. Lindy would probably freak out. He'd look at this pickup and he'd probably go, "Why is it pink and green? Why?" So, but yeah, I mean, we do get some discounts for the Black Friday thing if you're a dealer and stuff. Not everybody. I mean, a lot of guys, Black Friday for a lot of the dealers and stuff that carry a lot of new stuff. Now, I don't carry a lot of new stuff. Most of the stuff I carry is used. So I'm not discounting a whole lot, except on the stuff that if I want it to go away. Um, is it an HSS? Yes, it is. There's a single hum. I know it's kind of cool that you can't really see it. Now, if I do that, can you see it that I'm doing it? You can kind of get a reflection of them. Not there. Maybe right there. You can kind of see them. They pop up if I move them. So, but yeah, it's a ST3 is what it is. But yeah, I know a lot of new manufacturers and new stores. Like I have a guy down the street. Well, not street from me, but he's down actually in Daytona because I'm not in Daytona. I'm close to Ormond. But he actually has a lot of sales going on. Zoom into the screen. I can't. I don't have a zoom. All I can do is this. How about that? There you go. Bingo. How's that? I don't know about guitars, but that policy where the manufacturers cut deals with the really big sellers killed the mom and pop sporting goods stores is exactly the same thing. Exactly the same thing. So there are good guitars. There are good guitars or new guitars, not both. Well, there are some good new guitars. Some. You just got to look for them like you do anything else. You got to look. But hey, if you're new to here, new to the channel, please hit the like and subscribe button and become part of the channel. And consider becoming a member as well. I know a lot of guys, a lot of my members always try to tell people to join as well. Because the members we gave the members a little perk the other day. We gave them a Steel Panther video. So they got to see the Steel Panther stuff. Not your any of the viewers can zoom in and get a better. Oh, they can? I didn't know that. I'll try. Says Tyler. Going back to the Wayback Machine on that one. Yeah. So sometimes I throw these Wayback Machine songs at you guys to see if you kind of recognize them. Yeah, see, there you go. Huskies did it. Huskies guitar knew exactly what I was playing. Thank you very much. All right, so a lot of people do remember that old song. That's funny. I always do that. This is kind of, if you're new to the channel and you haven't seen a live stream before with me, I do throw little bits throughout the show to kind of see who picks up on the stuff. Nobody did pick up on the last one I did, but prior to that, Love is Like Oxygen. Does that guitar come with a Caesar disclaimer? It should. What's my thought on Novo guitars? I have not played one, so I really don't have a opinion on them. So, do I ever play slide? Yes, very badly. How about that? Sorry, John. Yeah, I play slide very badly. Let me grab something here. This is my favorite slide part of everything. All right. Let me see if I got to grab something. Okay. Ready? I'm a rockin' man. There's my slide part for you. All right, how's that? That was great. Sound just like the record. Sorry. See, you hear that? Listen. Oh, yeah. You hear that? I don't know if you guys are hearing it. There's like, almost had it. Let's see it by itself. This pickup's microphonic. So if you don't know what microphonic is, if you get a high-pitched squeal noise out of your pickup through a high gain or any kind of gain, your pickup is microphonic, which means you probably need to dump that pickup and find something else because it's not good. It's not good. When you got squealing coming out of your pickup, it's not good. What is kind of funny is these pickups are not, but the humbucker is. It's kind of surprises me. Oh, there goes back squealing again. Yep, exactly. The windings are vibrating. Oops, better sell it. Nope, not gonna sell it, Brian. Sorry, man. Can't do it. Or what is it? Shredding for fun. Or if yelling at your children and you hear your voice clone through the headphones. Yes. You might be able to pot it. Yeah, I know. I could probably pot it. But I just don't like these pickups anyway, so. Am I playing through an amp? Anybody that knows right now, what am I playing through? Can anybody tell him what I'm playing through? Tell Martin what I'm playing through. If anybody knows what I'm playing through. Thank you very much. It is a Quad Cortex. My people know. So Martin, yes, we're playing through a Quad Cortex. We have amps. We got an amp back there. There's an Egnator Mod 50. That's a great amp, but no. What speaker setup? It sounds like a live amp. Believe it or not, this is a Positive Grid powered speaker. So 40, no, it's gotta be like a 400 watt amp. I don't know. It's a Positive Grid, whatever they are. It was small. It fit really perfect in the little spot I need it to, and I brought it home. What kind of pickups would you put in that guitar if you could? Ooh, that's a great question. Michelle, that is a really good question. Um, Probably up here, I would probably do some of the DiMarzio area series pickups. I like them. They sound good. Back here, ooh, I would probably see if I could find a Johnny Highland, PRS Johnny Highland pickup, because I really like the way those guitars sound or those pickups sound. I've got them in a couple different guitars, and I like them. They're just hard to find. But that or what else? There is a Lawler pickup that Jason makes that I like. I can't remember the name of it, but it is a Jason Lawler pickup that I like. So that's what I would do. I would do that if I could. PRS makes great sounding pickups. They do, Brian. They do. Lex probably has one. Lex doesn't have one. It's funny. I don't think he has that one. He has everything else, but I don't think he has that one. What is this? Zealot? Is that how you say that one? I'm not sure how you pronounce that. When is your next guitar show? That I don't have another guitar show. I say we because it's most of it, all of us dealers that do that. The Carney Circuit, as I call us, because we are pretty much Carney Circuit. Galactic Lex, why do you have to keep doing this to me? Lex, you know when my shows are. You're ratting me out. If you want to know any time about my schedule, just ask Lex. He already knows. Lex is ratting me out. Here we go. Okay, Lex, what is after Asheville? It's Russian letters. Is that what it is? Is that why I can't pronounce that guy, that whatever it was? Play every day. Hey, Randy, what do you think about local venues trying to change your show date, claiming other band wants the date? I'm harboring some disappointments in the local Seattle scene. I have not. You know what, Lex? It is not Texas for mine. It's Nashville. You are correct. There it is. So, and actually, you're almost right about Orlando. We are going to probably do the swap meet again in January prior to that. About switching, switching dates around. That's like being pushed out because of another band. I have done that. I have shown up to a club and we walk up and we got our stuff, cart to load in, and they go, "Oh, no, 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 no. You guys aren't here tonight." "What do you mean we're not here? Agent booked it." "Oh, yeah, we forgot to tell him. We booked another band." There's two things that happen at that point. One, you never play that club again because no matter how much they like you or whatever, you don't go back and play a place. Two, you either fire your agent or you don't get given commission for the next gig. We're the good old boys. Yeah, the good old boys. Yeah. Oh. Stand by your man. We're the good old boys blues review. How much for the little girl? I want to buy all the women. Both kinds, exactly. Both kinds. I use that actually use that line. It's funny, people will go, "What kind of band you gonna play?" "Well, we play both kinds." They go, "What kind is that?" "Rock and roll." Yeah. So it works both ways. Hey, Lex, you don't have this guitar. So no contracts at gigs. Yeah, no contracts at gigs. No, those days are gone. I haven't had a contract for a gig in forever. Should I out them or the band? Yeah, no agents up here either. Um, that's what call club bookers, they do nothing. What you pay 10% at the door. Ooh, pay 10% at the door. Wow. I usually do an acoustic set in the parking lot of the club and draw the customers out. That's funny. Correct. It would be cool. I could play a gig and then checkers. Yes, you could. Doot, 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 doot. I miss going to Charlotte. That's one place Lex remembers the day. We used to have a guitar show. Uh, Lex is Galactic. Yeah, that's who this Galactic guy. His name is Lex. He's a friend of mine. Lives up in the Charlotte area, and if you have any problems with anything in his area, please reach out to him. He is a commissioner in the area now, and he will take care of your problems. But no, man, Charlotte was a great place. I missed just going to Charlotte. Just I used to go up there and I'd go to all the race shops and check out everything. My buddy Sam lived up there. I put all my stuff in the back of his studio, and then the next day I would go out and after the guitar show. So Sunday night I would load into the back of his studio, and then I would go out to his or go out the next day and go to all the race shops and just goof off and go see some of my racing buddies up there. But we don't have that anymore. They took that show away and they moved it to Asheville, North Carolina, which we love Asheville. The best thing about Asheville is Juicy Lucy's. You're going, what? What is Juicy Lucy's? Town council. He's a town council there. So, anyways, but Juicy Lucy's is a hamburger joint that they have up there in Asheville, and oh God, they have the best hamburgers. God, I'm already craving one now. Are you buddies with a guy of the well-known drivers in that? Are you buddies with any of the well-known drivers in NASCAR? Yeah, actually, yeah, I can say if you know who Justin Allgaier is. Do you know who he is? Um, uh, I guess I'm friends with Kyle Petty. Kyle Petty, we know Kyle Petty. Uh, who else do we know? We know a lot. Ryan Blaney. Ryan Blaney's another guy. Joey Logano. So yeah, and the Sierra Nevada Brewing Company across the street. Yes, in Asheville, we like that place. I'm gonna miss the guitar when this life is over. You don't know that. Yeah, I don't know. I can't say that you're going to miss. Yeah, we both know Brian Vickers. You know him a lot better than I do, Lex. You grew up with him, but I have met him before. But we know him, and um, God rest his father's soul, Clyde. Gosh, that mm, mm, that one still gets me. Yes, I'm very familiar with all those guys. As I've been a NASCAR fan for decades. Well, that's funny. I have, yeah, I've got my favorite driver growing up was Bobby Allison. Bobby was my man. That was my driver. I liked him and Mark Donahue. So Clyde. Yeah, Clyde was that's Kyle is a good guitar player, a good rhythm player. Yeah, Kyle's a good rhythm player. He's not a bad singer as well. It is so funny. I will tell you, since we got some NASCAR fans here, it is funny when first few times I talked to Kyle, and I met him basically through guitar shows. He would come into guitar shows and buy a guitar or two at the show, but would sit there and talk to him. And he raced with a company or a team. A buddy of mine owns Butch Mock, uh, which was Raymock Motorsports, and he raced with them. And I said to him, I said, you won your first race in Butch's car. He's like, yeah. Like, you would figure this guy would go, hey, how do you know that? When talked about it. He didn't care one bit about talking about racing. He was like, nope. Hey, what do you got on that J45 over there? It was so funny. Just imagine the records Davey Allison would have broken if he hadn't tragically died as young. And I'll talk about Davey. The very first time I ever met Davey was I was walking across the street at the Daytona National Speedway. Davey had to get into into the track as quick as he could. I was walking out across the street, and he went, "Hey, you!" And he pointed at me. And I went, "Huh?" He goes, "I need you to take this van and bring it in. I have to run because this thing, we're stopped here. We're not going anywhere. I've got to get in practice." I was like, "Okay, where do you want me to take you?" He goes, "I don't care. Just bring it into the parking lot, and then just come to the gate and give my keys." It's like, what? It was the most bizarre thing, but I did it either way. That was back when it wasn't like NASCAR was totally different back a long time ago. Kelly Yarborough fights the Allison brothers right down the road from you. Yes, they did. The major fight did happen. I believe it was in turn two that actually happened. So the two Allison brothers and Cale. Cale was a scrapper, major scrapper. So I remember one day I was in the shop. This guy came in. Now he's gone now, but I looked and I go, "Oh my God, that's David Pearson." And David Pearson came in the shop one day. I was like, totally blew me away that David Pearson came in my store. And actually, my buddy Sam painted. He had several Les Pauls, and he had a series that he did. There were 43 of them. They were released by Gibson. Well, they never got released by Gibson. They were supposed to get released by Gibson, but they didn't. They were um, Les Pauls, and they were painted like Richard Petty, like they're all Richard Petty thing. His face and the back had the car and it had a 43 on it and all this stuff. And they were numbered 1 through 43. Well, I was in his studio and he goes, "You can have one." And I said, "Really?" He goes, "Yeah, you can have one. Just pick whatever one you want. What number do you want?" And I went, uh, yeah, I'm sure Randy has one or had one. Um, so he goes, "What number you want?" I go, 21. He goes, "Why 21?" Because everybody else was trying to get the lower numbers and stuff like that, or the 43, which I think Sam took number 1 and Richard took number 43. And I wanted 21. And I said, well, who was Richard's biggest rival? And he said, David Pearson. What number did David Pearson drive? 21. So I have the number 21 out of those, um, which I think is cool. To me, it's cool. And I told David that, and he thought it was pretty neat. So yeah, we don't, we're guitar we're a guitar channel, um, a guitar channel, and here we are talking NASCAR, which each week, it's kind of funny because people do pull me in different directions. We talk racing, we've talked wrestling many times, we've talked football. By the way, Lex, how those Dolphins doing? Hey, they beat Buffalo. That was one of the craziest things. I can't believe the Dolphins actually beat Buffalo, but then they lose the following week. Bucks lost last week. Jaguars did win. So that's us down here. We start talking football. So, anyways. Oh my goodness. It's crazy. They've won 3 of the last 4. That's actually not bad. That's not bad at all for the Finns. It is crazy that is there any hidden treasures in the vintage market that are not overpriced right now? No. I think it's all overpriced. I haven't seen any of the. No, you will see it soon. The market is now kind of starting to stabilize, and I believe within the next year we will start to see prices start coming down, and you'll start seeing stuff. Maybe the Marauders and stuff. They won't be, stupid priced. What else? What else? What I would think the Gibson Victories, those are way overpriced. The RD artists will probably come down. So you'll see some guitars in the lower tier. Mustangs will probably still hang out for a little bit, but once the 90s thing goes through, the Mustangs will start coming back down. The Jazz Masters, the Jaguars, the Les Paul Juniors will start coming back down. Some of those guitars, I think, will start coming back down and back to where they were prior to 2020, which means that you will be able to probably pick up a Les Paul Junior for around $4,500. A Mustang, you probably picked one of those up for about $1,100. So, want to buy a Marauder? I have one for sale. Of course you do. Is it $800? Or is it more than that? So, but yeah, what was I was gonna? What else? I was gonna say? What was it? I had something I was gonna talk about. You're in the ballpark. See, I am in the ballpark. So maybe Lex here has one in the more the realistic ballpark. All used guitars are dropping in value currently, it seems. Yes, they are. Most are. Yes, I would agree with that. Now, I saw a guy talking recently. He said that the one of the guitars that actually he thinks is going up that you pay for and then it goes up after you buy it is a Firefly. He sold several. I mean, bought them for $150 and then sold them for $250. That's not a lot, but it is more. So, black maple neck. Hey, that's kind of cool. Black maple neck. Is it perfect for me to smash like Paul Stanley did? Is it? So, anyways, but yeah, the market on some of the guitars is definitely coming down. I've actually got a Firefly in the shop that a guy brought in for consignment, and it's one of the ones that Gibson actually told them to cease and desist. It's actual Firebird. It actually has the Firebird headstock and stuff like that, and he wants $350 for it. How come the RD artists don't seem to be as popular as other Gibson models? They're cool looking guitars. There's too much innovation in those guitars. They just had too much stuff going on, and they just never caught on for that. But they're overpriced. I think they're overpriced now. It's not a guitar that I think it's worth the money that people are asking right now. I believe that guitar, like prior to COVID, I think you could buy those things for around $1,100. Now people want like $4 or $5 grand for these things. Like, really? Yep. And they break, yes. And you can't fix them. The electronics break and you cannot fix them. Yeah. It was too much RD. Research and development. Kind of like that Greg Sachs car that won the Pepsi or the Coke. What is it? Pepsi 400? No, Firecracker 400. Yeah. Here you go. Back to them squirrel. Back in the NASCAR again. Yeah, that was like that guitar was just a dud. It was too much stuff going on. There were a lot of things during that time period where they were kind of feeling things out, and that was definitely one of them they were feeling out. And it's just kind of like the mid 2000s when Gibson made all those dud guitars as well. The Smokey Yurnik 3/4 scale Chevelle. Is that what you say? I think that I have that one up there. It's right up there. It's up there. Smokey Yurnik. The funny thing about Smokey Yurnik's house, it became, after he died and everything, it became a rest home. Did you ever relic a guitar? If so, how did it turn out? I messed with a couple guitars to kind of see how they went out. No, not very good. I had a 61 Melody Maker modified with humbuckers. Best neck ever. I'd kill to have it back. I actually have one of those somewhere. I have one somewhere here. I know I have one. Yeah. Great neck. Basically, it's a Les Paul Junior neck or 59 Les Paul. That's that neck. 60 actually would, I think, I believe the 60s were still using that 59 profile on those necks. I have a 59 and I like it. It's a nice guitar. So. My Canadian friend. I should do all Canadian stuff one night. What other Canadian bands? Oh, yeah. Trying to think of all the Canadian bands I know. What other Canadian bands? I'm trying to think. I've hit a couple. I've hit 4 of them. Rick Nielsen called. He wants his guitar back. No, it was not. It was not Rick Nielsen's guitar. Yes, it was Summer '69. Oh yeah, you're right. You're exactly right. Yeah, Triumph was one of them for sure. Mahogany Rush was another one. Frank Marino, another great player. I always his guitar, the SG with the Melody Maker pickups, basically is what he has in that guitar. It looks like um, great. I love him. He's a great player. April Wine, I should have known that. That's another band I really like. Really like. Live at the El Macombo is a great album. One more guess on the guitar's original owner. Sounded right. I can't tell you who it was. Even if you were right, can't tell you. I swore I would never tell. All right. Eric, you're gone. Eric, thanks again, man, for coming in and joining us. You're quiet tonight. Didn't say much like you didn't last week. You know, you and Steph didn't say a lot. So, but anyways, yeah, we are 102 right now and an hour and 2 minutes. That means I have done my allowance time. I didn't think I would make it this far because my throat is killing me. Because I think somebody might have passed a bug onto me or something. I am going to be at Old Town USA Friday night with the Occasional Astronauts. I'll be out there playing. So if you're in the Kissimmee, Orlando area, come on out and see me. It's going to be a good night as always. Execute it. Exceptions. Oh, thank you, Eric. I do appreciate that very much. That's funny. Anvil. That was a good movie. Is there a coach for that guitar? Is there a coach? A coach for this guitar? Why would? Oh, because oh, no. Oh, is COA? No, this is long before COAs came around. Thank you very much, Tom. I appreciate it very much. All right, guys, I'm going to get out of here. I've done enough. That what's Lex got here? It wasn't Nigel's guitar. Oh, Lex, you'd kill me. All right, guys, I'm going to get out of here. Thanks for watching once again. And so, what do we say at the end of the night? So long from the Sunshine State. We got a Pier Sixer breaking out.